What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6, blessing you with another editorial, so to speak. It is a cold day out here in Baltimore, Maryland. The sun is trying to peek through these, wherever the hell it is. I don't even see the bad boy. It's not super cloudy today either. Weird. But anyway, so before we begin, hit me with a like, hit me with a subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Let me turn this down a little bit. Car's already loud as it is. But yeah, so hit me with a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and then we'll go from there pretty much. A couple topics I wanted to address today. The first one is the obvious one. It is the 20th of January, the inauguration day, the long-awaited inauguration to get Trump's ass the fuck out of office that everybody's been waiting for. So, as you know, of course, the inauguration is supposed to be taking place a little later today. Joe Biden is supposed to swap that seat with Trump, according to what everybody's saying. There was a whole bunch of conspiracy theorists saying that, I can appreciate a good conspiracy theory, because a lot of times they ain't even theories for real. A lot of that shit be real. But a lot of people are saying that Donald Trump wasn't going to concede. He never officially conceded. Well, I just saw a damn video yesterday. He conceded. That shit's dead. I've been telling people for a minute, like, yo, I agree with Super Sly 75 on this one. Like, yo, he pardoned the wrong people. He overexerted his power. They was willing to tolerate him a little bit, but like they got him out, and he's out. When you cross a certain line, I find it hard to believe you can get even in a position unless it's part of the plan. Like, I don't know, man. I don't believe that, dude just got in there on a whim. That doesn't sit right with me. Nobody gets in that chair until it's time for them to be in that chair. There's a process, and it's not the process of voting. That shit's out. But yeah, that shit is, nah, man. You can't beat them odds. People go missing for less. People go missing for shit like that less, man. For real, like, that regime is just completely fucked up. And if you've been following everything that's been going on with the Hillary Clinton and the suicides, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. The deep state is undefeated, man. They got too much control. So yeah, people are saying, everything's going on right now, and you got all these National Guard heads. I think the last time they checked, there was 35,000 National Guard heads placed outside of the White House, all with empty magazines. None of them have, I'm pretty sure a couple of them will have loaded rounds. But they put out there that none of them have loaded rounds. They're all empty mags, just to show a force so Joe Biden can get inaugurated. You can say what the hell you want, man. Like, yo, that's a horrible look. Like, if you look at all the other presidents' inaugurations, there's never been National Guard to that degree outside during the inauguration. And that's just supposed to be virtual too, so it's supposed to be online. So like, yo, that just doesn't look right, yo. Like, yo, this motherfucker looks like he's a new dictator taking over a regime with the military. That's probably what's gonna be in the history books. It's not gonna be what it looks like, I'm sure. But that's a bad look, yo. You got all the goddamn National Guards out there, nobody's out there, and motherfuckers getting sworn in and shit. And Donald Trump already said he wasn't going to be there. And people were saying, Donald Trump's going to launch the QAnon was saying Donald Trump was going to launch the military at the last minute and start arresting people. Joe Biden should get arrested at his inauguration if all the fingers point to the right time. It's going to be broadcasted, Joe Biden going to jail. Trump will declare martial law and extend his presidency for however long. Then they were also saying there's a book by a guy who wrote a book a long ass time ago about somebody named Barron Trump being friends with a guy named Pence and all that other shit, basically, that they pretty much modeled this whole mockery, what we're looking at in front of us, over. And a lot of people were saying that the book was called The Last President, I think. So they were saying dude's a time traveler, and he time traveled back to help us, and he's gonna be the last president because such and such is all screwed up. It's a lot of convoluted craziness, but I listened to it, and I pretty much thought it was odd how many comparisons there were to reality. Then I realized everything we're watching is scripted. Again, we all know who's at the root of everything, the organization, and the 6 people who control that organization. It's all that shit is scripted, man. None of that shit's real. So boom, there you have it. Everybody's waiting on a miracle. And guess what? They tricked you. you're waiting on some shit to happen, and you're actually sitting down idle, letting the shit happen. So if you believe that's everything that's going on, and you didn't do anything to stand up for it, they got you. And that's how I feel about the whole Q thing, man. They got over on you very heavily. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. If there's any news I missed on that, because I'm very interested in it, and I like listening to it because a lot of that shit's cool to listen to. But if I miss anything, please let me know. Direct me to some videos I can watch or some reading I can do to update me on that situation. If I'm out of date on it for any reason, or if I missed any details, please let me know. Moving on, just a small thing here. I was listening to a bunch of old school show theme intros, and I stumbled across two of them that was pretty good shows to me back then. There was a show called Student Bodies that was pretty awesome, and there was a show called City Guys. Like, yo, these shows, I used to watch them when I was younger. I think I was in like 6th grade or something like that when they came out. But yeah, I used to watch them when I was younger and shit. And the themes of the music videos or the intros, like, it pretty much encompassed the show. And that's back then, the shows would be encompassed by the theme. And then, like, that had a real cool uptune kind of hip-hop theme. And it was cool. So I was looking like, yo, I can't be the only person that feels like life was way easier back then. But it's not just because we was kids. Like, yo, just everything that's going on in general just seemed like it was different than it is now. So a bunch of people in the comment sections were saying, like, yo, these themes are a lot different. Life was different back then. You know, and one guy was like, yeah, I miss being you know, breakfast already being made and all this other stuff. Shit made sense, yo, because at the end of the day, that's what it was, man. Maybe it's because we were kids, though. You probably got people who our age back then who was younger when the 70s was out who probably thought the same thing. But it's probably just a loop, man. But I kind of feel like even the shit they broadcasted on the news was a little bit less grim than it is today, man. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's just because I was a kid and shit. Maybe it's just because we were kids. We feel nostalgic about it. But I don't know. Watch that video. It's called City Guys Intro. Watch that video and let me know what you feel when you watch it. Music can trigger feelings, and I think that one does. And it triggers a different feeling for me. Makes me feel at ease. I don't know. But I've always been a guy to get influenced by music, so I be careful with what I listen to. Meanwhile, let me get moving. I gotta get to this spot and punch this clock. I will holler at y'all later. Catch you on the flip side. Peace out.